What's happening? It's Dan Lawless here from West Ham Fan TV, driven for the summer by Vanarama, and I'm back with another transfer roundup. Nicky has a lot of my gear, a lot of my equipment, microphone, light, tripod, so I'm out in the garden to talk about the latest transfer news and rumours. Let's kick things off with the big story, the sad story, that Manuel Lanzini has suffered a very serious injury in training for Argentina. He's torn his ACL, and there's currently no time frame on his return. People are talking about time frames of like 9 months at least, minimum. So that is very worrying. It means he'll probably miss most of the season, if not all of next season, possibly, to injury. Gutted for Lanzini. He was looking forward to the World Cup and representing Argentina. Big opportunity for him. And it's such a serious injury. There's a lot of history of players not ever being the same after this. After picking up this injury, not quite being the same player. A lot of reoccurring injuries. He's already got a sort of not a great history of injuries. So yeah, it's very tough, and wish Lanzini a speedy recovery. But it's really made our transfer business a lot more urgent. We were looking for a creative midfielder before, but now we desperately need one, if not two, really, looking at it. Because if we sign one and that one gets injured, then we're out without creativity. When Lanzini was injured last season, you could see just the complete lack of creativity in that team. So that is worrying. So obviously Felipe Anderson is one of our most likely signings. One of the ones that we're closest to signing. Nothing's agreed yet, but I did hear with agreed terms. I mean, Ryan talked about it yesterday, but I mean, hopefully we get that one over the line, and maybe we can look at another, maybe a young up and coming one, or promote someone from the academy and get him on the bench. But yeah, it's tough, and also it makes keeping Arnautovic even more important, because losing Lanzini to injury and then selling Arnautovic would leave us two very big holes to fill. Arnautovic apparently is appearing to be closer to joining Man United, or they're stepping up their interest. Apparently, Mourinho's spoken to his agent, although I'm pretty sure that you're not allowed to do that unless you've got permission from the club. So there's either three things: either it's a load of crap, the story, they've made an illegal approach, or we've given permission to talk to Arnautovic. The last one being the most worrying, if true. I'm going with the first one, to be honest. Although Pellegrini has apparently apparently he said he's met Mourinho. Now, it wasn't in the context of, or he didn't say it was in the context of talking about Arnautovic, but you never know what they talked about. He sort of put it across as, oh, they talked and had a chat and this, that, and the other, but it's a bit weird them just randomly meeting up like that. So we'll see. But I mean, £60 million is the price that we have put on Arnautovic apparently, which is a lot of money. £60 million. If we was to get that, that really adds to the trade. I mean, if this £75 million budget is to be believed, you slap that onto that, then we can sell a few other players. We could be dealing with a £150 million budget. The board have to reinvest it. No point selling this player if you're not going to reinvest it. But yeah, it's a tough bit of money to turn down. He is 29 years old. He's entering the last few years of his career. So you got to think, how much longer are we going to get him playing to that high standard? So it could be too good an offer to turn down. But you just don't know who you're going to get to replace him. Like, whoever you get in to replace him, it might not work out. And then again, we've got a big Arnautovic shaped hole to fill. So that's, then it's a big gamble. And I'd rather stick with the player that we know can do the job for us. 60 million or no 60 million. That's spending 60 million other players is a waste if they don't come and hit the ground running. Then there's no guarantee of that. So I say just stick to our guns, stick to him. If he did push for a move, I wouldn't blame him at all, because again, like I said, he's 29 years old, and in the last few years of his career, and the opportunity to finally get to come and play some Champions League football, to challenge for trophies. I wouldn't blame him at all. It's what the game's all about. You want to be competing for honours. You want to be earning some big money. And playing with one of the biggest clubs in the world. You want to end your career with some accolades on it. Sorry, plane just going over to London City Airport probably. Um, yeah, so you want that. So I wouldn't blame him at all. I'd thank him for his goals that helped keep us up and these performances in the second half of the season and wish him the best. But yeah, it'd be tough to take, and we just have to hope we can replace him if he goes. Another story that's come back and sort of rearing its ugly head is the links with West Ham and Yaya Toure. Apparently, we are speaking to his agent at the moment, and it's one I'm not excited by. I mean, he's a quality player in his day. It's just, can he do it now? Can he still do a job for us? Is he still got that quality? He seems to be leaving on bad terms with Man City, which you don't like to see. But it's a tough one because, and it's quite at odds with a lot of the players we've been linked with. We've been linked with a lot of players with pace, right? And that's really at odds with it. But if it's true and it's whom Pellegrini wants, I'm going to trust in his judgment and back him, and just hope that he's not simply signing him out of sentimentality, or just because he's played with him before. So we'll see. He could come in and be brilliant. I don't know, but it's one we just have to look out for. If he drops his severely lowers his wage demands, I'd take him for a year and see how he does. He could be brilliant. We could get that part, a sort of a little bit of that quality Toure that we saw at City. If we get half the player he was at City, then he'll do a good job for us. We'll see. Lastly, we've had a double bid rejected by Swansea for Lucas Fabianski and Alfie Mawson. Apparently the offer was too low. I don't know what the offer was, but it was too low apparently. And I mean, Lucas Fabianski, Swansea goalkeeper, not one I'm particularly excited by or interested in particularly. I mean, he wouldn't be a bad signing, but I just think if we're going to sign another goalkeeper, I want them to be a step up from Adrian. I want them to be a clear step up from Adrian. There's no point in signing this goalkeeper that, is he better, or is he worse, or is he at the same level, and you don't know, and then we end up with this inconsistent goalkeeper situation like we had with Joe Hart, where sometimes Joe Hart will have a few runner games, then he won't do it. He'll have a bad game, and then he gets dropped, and Adrian comes in, and we don't have that consistent goalkeeper. Either pay top money and get someone like Butland in, or I'd like to get a sort of an up and coming, exciting goalkeeper, sort of a younger goalkeeper. Stick with Adrian for the season, have him be our clear first choice goalkeeper, then have this other keeper for the cup games, and just stick with that rather than chopping and changing all the time. I'd be happy with Adrian for another season. So yeah, I mean, and looking at the stats wise, he played 38 games. Fabianski had 9 clean sheets in 38 games. And then Adrian played 19 games and had 6 clean sheets. So really, it's roughly a clean sheet in 1 in 4 games for Fabianski and 1 in 3 games for Adrian. If you're into those sorts of stats. So again, I just don't see it as a big step up. So to me, it's and probably the sort of money they'll want for him is just not worth it. Let me know what you guys think. A lot of people, for what I've seen, rate him, but again, I want them to either be a significant step up or up and coming. Alfie Mawson, I'm very interested in. I like that. He's relatively young, highly rated, and we need a centre back. We've just let Ginge go. Reed is looking possibly like he's on his way out. If not, he's got serious injury problems. So we definitely need another centre back, and he could really fit the bill now. I mean, Johnny Evans was one that we could have picked up for 3 million. Leicester picked him up, so that was really shocking. We missed out on that bargain. But yeah, Alfred Mawson's younger. I would take him for sure. I like Rice and Ogbonna as our first choice centre backs. However, I would like to see Rice get a go at defensive midfield. That's where he's been playing for Ireland, and he's picked up a couple of man of the match performances in that position. Have him be in defensive midfielder for West Ham, defensive midfielder for Ireland, And I think he could do a very good job. Let's just give him a cleared position, say this is your position from now on, and then have someone, like I said, whether it's Mawson or Bonner at centre back. We do need a central defensive midfielder. We seem to be linked with wingers and attacking midfielders mainly. So if we don't pick that up, then give him a go there. I mean, we have seen him there for us before, and he's done a very decent job. So let's go with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Like I said, we're trying to just keep you up to date with all the different news and rumours that are going on and what our thoughts are on it. So don't forget to subscribe. Leave all your comments below. And we'll see what's happening. So we'll see what develops over the weekend. We'll be back to update you again. Hopefully Lanzini, he's not out for too long. He recovers well, but we'll see. And as another plane goes overhead, one thing left to say, come on you Irons.